WWE has long been known for keeping a tight grip on its narrative, rarely acknowledging its competitors. Yet in 2024, the company seemed to break from tradition by slyly taking shots at AEW, making some pretty blatant references and digs, all wrapped in their typical WWE flair. These moments, ranging from one-liners to subtle storytelling, not only added layers to ongoing feuds, but also felt like small winks aimed directly at their competition. Let's dive into some of the most memorable shots WWE took at AEW throughout 2024. Cody Rhodes' dig at AEW's Open Mic Night. Cody Rhodes, who made his triumphant return to WWE in 2022, was quick to remind fans of his roots and previous rivalries. As his music hit, Rhodes strutted down to the ring with an air of confidence, ready to throw in some jabs at his former AEW colleagues. He started by referencing a moment that many AEW fans were well familiar with, his wife Brandi Rhodes' infamous comment about "Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night?" This line, once uttered in AEW, became an iconic bit in the promotion. As Cody walked down to the ring, he nodded to his past. "Here I was thinking about somebody I know from Detroit, and what would they say?" I think it went a little something like this. "Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night, bitch?" The crowd roared with recognition. While it was a cheeky reference to AEW, it was also a subtle way of acknowledging the division and the tension between AEW and WWE in a highly entertaining fashion. This line wasn't just about nostalgia. It was a calculated poke at the AEW atmosphere where open mic moments were a staple of their broadcasts. AJ Styles calls out. Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, always one to stir the pot, took his own shots at Cody Rhodes in 2024. When the two squared off in a verbal battle, AJ didn't hold back, slamming Cody for his past decisions. "You quit WWE when things got tough. You didn't like that, did you?" AJ remarked, putting Rhodes on the defensive. "I got news for you. He also quit New Japan Pro Wrestling. And don't forget, you quit Ring of Honor too." This wasn't just about Rhodes' departure from AEW. It was a direct acknowledgement of his history with various wrestling promotions, all of which Rhodes had left for various reasons. In this verbal showdown, AJ Styles was essentially calling Rhodes a quitter, highlighting his tendency to leave when things got difficult. A point that rubbed AEW fans the wrong way, particularly when it was said with the bluntness of a seasoned WWE veteran. CM Punk's surprise return and AEW jabs. CM Punk's 2023 return to WWE sent shockwaves throughout the wrestling world, especially given his turbulent departure from AEW. When Punk made his way back to WWE, it wasn't long before he found himself in the ring with none other than Cody Rhodes. Punk, ever the master of subtle jabs, made a statement during this encounter that left AEW fans in the audience twitching with unease. "I can separate business from personal," Punk stated, eyes locked with Rhodes. "Can you?" This comment was a direct shot at Rhodes, who had explained his own departure from AEW as being due to personal issues. Punk's barbs seemed to suggest that his departure from AEW had been motivated purely by business and professional dissatisfaction, making Rhodes' reasoning look more personal and less pragmatic by comparison. But Punk didn't stop there. Later in 2024, AEW's struggles with attendance began to dominate the headlines. Empty seats were a constant visual at some of their shows, and Punk, never one to shy away from making a joke at his former employer's expense, capitalized on the opportunity. "I'll beat them up in the cheap seats," Punk remarked, his voice dripping with sarcasm, referencing the lackluster crowd at AEW events. It was a moment of dark humor that WWE fans lapped up, but it undoubtedly stung AEW fans who had hoped for better attendance figures. The security camera footage, a coincidence? In an interesting twist, WWE seemed to play off AEW's own security camera incident in 2024. AEW had recently aired footage of the infamous backstage brawl between Jack Perry and CM Punk, which was a defining moment of AEW's backstage chaos. A few weeks later, WWE's own Santos Escobar showed security footage in a storyline, where the footage revealed the truth behind who attacked Dragon Lee backstage. Was this just a coincidence? Perhaps. However, WWE's decision to air similar security footage so soon after AEW did felt like more than just an accidental parallel. The timing seemed intentional, with WWE leaning into the chaos surrounding AEW's backstage drama, while portraying their own locker room as more secure, orderly, and drama-free. CM Punk's choke artist comment. As the year progressed, Punk continued to take shots at AEW, without directly naming the company. During a match, Punk called out his opponent, declaring, "You're a choke artist, not like how I'm a choke artist, pet." This line wasn't just about taunting his opponent. It was a veiled reference to AEW's struggles with maintaining momentum and delivering on big promises. Punk had long been critical of AEW's lack of structure and discipline, and this quip only added fuel to the fire of speculation about his issues with the company. WWE's foreshadowing and storytelling mastery. One of the more subtle but impressive moves WWE made in 2024 was its use of foreshadowing, a technique often lacking in modern wrestling, but something WWE has always excelled at when it wants to build long-term intrigue. The storyline between Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley was a perfect example. In April 2024, while they were still a couple, Dominic and Liv Morgan were seen leaving the same room separately, and Jey Uso noticed. At the time, this small detail seemed inconsequential, but it set the stage for an unexpected betrayal months later. Dominic eventually turned on Ripley and revealed a relationship with Liv Morgan, making this subtle foreshadowing one of the most intriguing, slow-burn storylines of the year. The Rock and John Cena, a missed opportunity. WrestleMania 40 was meant to be a spectacle, and while John Cena made his expected return to face Austin Theory, there were originally plans for a much bigger match involving The Rock and Steve Austin. In the build-up to the event, WWE teased the possibility of a showdown between The Rock and Cody Rhodes, using the production truck as a prop with pictures of both Cena and Austin. Unfortunately, due to contract issues, WWE couldn't land Steve Austin for the match, and instead, The Undertaker took his place. While fans still got an exciting match with Cena, the absence of Austin was felt deeply by many who had expected a huge, legend-based encounter. Attention to detail and continuity issues. WWE, for all its grandeur and storytelling, still struggles with some continuity issues. One notable gaffe occurred before the 2024 Royal Rumble. Grayson Waller was seen receiving his entrant number for the match, but if you look closely, you could see that the number displayed was either 6 or 9. The issue? Waller entered at number 3, creating an inconsistency in what was a planned segment. While this type of mistake may be small in the grand scheme, it didn't escape the eyes of eagle-eyed fans. Easter eggs and references to wrestling history. 2024 saw some fascinating Easter eggs scattered throughout WWE broadcasts, much to the delight of longtime wrestling fans. Xavier Woods, in his WrestleMania 40 gear, paid homage to his TNA days as Consequences Creed, a nod to his early wrestling career. Meanwhile, AJ Styles sported gear reminiscent of his battles against Dusty Rhodes in TNA, connecting his past to the present in a meaningful way. Even CM Punk wasn't immune to borrowing from history, as he adopted elements of Bret Hart's iconic 1997 match with The Undertaker, using both the chair spot and the sharpshooter in his SummerSlam 2024 bout with Drew McIntyre. This was another example of WWE taking inspiration from the past while adding a fresh twist. WWE's masterclass in subtle and not-so-subtle shots. WWE's 2024 storytelling included a variety of subtle nods and outright shots at AEW, whether it was Cody Rhodes' references to AEW's open mic night, CM Punk's jabs about quitting, or the way WWE subtly foreshadowed future storylines. The company demonstrated its ability to engage in long-term storytelling while also poking fun at its competition. For fans watching closely, 2024 was a year of Easter eggs, clever references, and sly digs. Proof that WWE's creative team is always looking to keep things interesting and, at times, take a shot at their rivals.